In many parts of the world, people understand gender in more than just two ways. While some societies only recognize male and female, others have long accepted more than two genders. These cultures often have special roles and identities for people who don't fit into the usual categories. In this video, we'll look at some of these cultures. First up, we got the Hijra. In South Asia, especially in India, there is a long recognized gender identity known as Hijra. This identity doesn't fit into the typical male or female categories. Most Hijras are born with male bodies, but they do not live or identify as men. Some may also be intersex. Hijras have existed for centuries and are even mentioned in ancient Hindu religious texts. Traditionally, Hijras leave their birth families and join a Hijra community. These communities are often led by elders who teach new members about rituals, beliefs, and customs. Hijras are known for playing special roles in society. For example, they are invited to bless weddings and births because many believe they have the power to bring good fortune, or, if disrespected, to bring bad luck. But life for Hijras hasn't always been respectful. During British colonial rule in India, Hijras were labeled as criminals under a law passed in 1871. This law and the attitudes it brought led to a long history of discrimination that continued even after independence. In recent years, however, things have started to change. Countries like India, Bangladesh, and Nepal have legally recognized Hijras and other non-binary people. This recognition has helped them gain access to some rights and protections. But still, Hijras today continue to face social challenges. Their identity is rich with culture and spiritual meaning, but they often live on the edges of society. Even so, they remain a strong and visible part of South Asian life. Next, we got the Kalalai, Kalabai, and Bisu. Moving on, in South Sulawesi, Indonesia, the Bugis people recognize more than just male and female genders. They believe in 5 genders, and amongst them are 3 non-binary identities: Kalalai, Kalabai, and Bisu. A Kalalai is someone who is born with female physical traits but lives and presents in a masculine way. They often wear men's clothing, cut their hair short, and take on roles usually assigned to men, like working outside the home or making decisions in the community. However, Kalalai do not identify as men. They are seen as something distinct. A Kalabai, on the other hand, is born with male traits, but expresses themselves in feminine ways. They may wear women's clothing, grow their hair long, and work in areas usually associated with women. Many Kalabai are well known for organizing weddings and community ceremonies. Still, they do not see themselves as women. They have their own gender identity. Then there are the Bisu, who are considered sacred. Bisu are believed to embody both male and female qualities at once. They often serve as spiritual leaders, performing rituals, blessings, and traditional ceremonies. Bisu dress in elaborate clothing, wear flowers, and carry symbolic items like sacred daggers to represent their connection to both the physical and spiritual worlds. In Bugis society, these identities are not seen as unusual. They are part of a broader understanding of gender. Each one plays a special role, showing that gender can be diverse, respected, and deeply rooted in culture. Next up, we got the Mushe. In the southern part of Mexico, amongst the indigenous Zapotec people of Oaxaca, there is a respected gender identity known as Mushe. A Mushe is usually someone born with male physical traits, but who takes on a feminine role in their family and community. The word Mushe is believed to come from the Spanish word mujer, meaning woman, but Mushes are not simply seen as men or women. They are recognized as a distinct gender with their own identity and role in Zapotec culture. Mushes often take care of their families, cook, sew, and participate in community events. Some dress in traditionally feminine clothing, while others don't. There is no single way to be a Mushe. What connects them is how they live and express their identity, which is respected within their culture. However, that doesn't mean life is always easy. Mushe often face certain limitations. For example, they may not be allowed to live with romantic partners or move away from their family homes. Still, they are often loved and valued for the support and care they provide to their families. Every year, Mushe celebrate a special event called the Festival of the Authentic and Intrepid Danger Seekers. It's a joyful day filled with music, dancing, and pride in Mushe identity. For the Zapotec people, Mushe are not seen as outsiders. They are simply another part of the community, showing how culture can embrace gender diversity in its own way. Next up, we have the Sakrada. In Madagascar, among the Sakalava people, view Sakrada as a natural part of life. They are not pushed to change who they are or to fit into strict gender roles. Sakrada identity is a reminder that gender can be seen in many ways. In Sakalava culture, it's not just about biology. It's also about how someone lives, expresses themselves, and is understood by their community. Up next, we got the Two-Spirit. Among many indigenous peoples of North America, there is a gender identity known as Two-Spirit. This term is used by some indigenous communities to describe people who are believed to carry both a masculine and a feminine spirit within them. Although the name Two-Spirit was only created in 1990, the identity itself has existed for centuries. Different tribes had their own names, traditions, and roles for people who did not fit into the binary ideas of man or woman. These individuals often held special roles in their communities as healers, artists, matchmakers, or spiritual leaders. Two-Spirit people were respected for their ability to understand life from both male and female perspectives. They were seen as bridge builders, helping others connect and understand differences within the community. However, the arrival of European settlers brought harsh changes. Colonization forced many indigenous cultures to change their traditions, and Two-Spirit people were often pushed into hiding or punished for living openly. This caused the loss of many traditional roles and understandings around gender. Today, the Two-Spirit identity is being reclaimed by indigenous people across North America. It's not just a gender label, it's a part of cultural identity, deeply tied to community, spirituality, and history. While not all indigenous nations use or recognize the term Two-Spirit, for those who do, it stands as a symbol of resilience and the ongoing effort to preserve and honor traditional ways of living and being. And finally, the Bakla. In the Philippines, there is a recognized gender identity known as Bakla. Bakla refers to people who are born with male physical traits but express themselves in a feminine way. This can include wearing women's clothing, speaking with feminine mannerisms, or adopting roles typically linked to women in Filipino society. The identity of Bakla is more than appearance. It blends gender expression and sometimes sexual orientation. Many Bakla are part of the LGBTQ community, though not all identify the same way. What makes Bakla unique is how they mix masculine and feminine traits in a way that reflects their own sense of self. Historically, Bakla individuals were not just accepted, but they did often play important roles in society. Some served as spiritual leaders or advisors in pre-colonial Filipino communities. But when Western colonizers arrived, attitudes shifted. With the spread of foreign religion and culture, acceptance of gender diversity declined, and Bakla people began to face more stigma and discrimination. Today, Bakla communities still exist throughout the Philippines. Many Bakla individuals are active in media, fashion, beauty, and entertainment. While society has become more open in some ways, discrimination and misunderstanding still exist. Despite challenges, the Bakla identity remains an important part of Filipino culture. It reflects both personal identity and cultural history, showing that gender in the Philippines and elsewhere is not limited to just male or female, but exists along a wider spectrum. If you enjoyed watching this video, Please leave a like, share, and hit the subscribe button to get a lot more cultural information at your fingertips. So until next time, thank you for watching.